You play a very complex character, so one, of course, kudos to you for the way you portrayed Sophie. How did you prepare for that role, and kind of what was challenging for you?
I've been offered quite a few of these genre films, and I'm not a huge horror fan, but what I loved about this movie is that it is a family drama that happens to have horror in it. You really get a sense of family with these people. And for my particular character, Sophie, who's suffering from depression, on the verge of schizophrenia, really wrestling with her demons,
Yes.
it was challenging and wonderful because I've had my own issues with bipolar disorder, so to be able to pull on that inside of myself and show the reality of that on the screen to other people, and how it can be damaging not only to yourself and painful, but to the whole family dynamic.
Yes.
I thought it was a great thing that I got to bring that.
So tell me a little bit, what was it actually like on set? I thought Diana was probably like some CGI type of, but was actually played by, you know, a stunt person. How was it on set? It had to have been crazy.
Well, what was great is that it wasn't CG. And you would think for a movie this budget it would be, but that it was all practical. She was wonderful, Lashay, the way that she moved her hands and that she squatted and that she, you know, her whole body movement was spooky. So it would often be like I would be turning around the corner to use the bathroom and she'd be there and I would just be like, ah! The way she looked.
Now, you've been acting for a while now. You know, you've had
a long time.
Yeah, you've had the fortune of being around for a while and having a lot of different genres you've acted in. I want to ask you, you know, how do you feel the industry has changed for women actresses, and have we improved?
I'm so glad you asked that. It's such an exciting time for women right now, for women in front of and behind the camera. Women in Film and the Sundance Institute were working together on something called the Systemic Change Project to make sure that this unconscious gender bias that we've had about women in front of and behind the camera is brought to the surface. And I myself am very focused on making female-driven movies. One I'm producing with Viola Davis, Viola Davis, a badass action flick.
Yes.
And I just think it's you know, people want to hear our voices. People want to see us in front of the screen.
Yes, we love the women empowerment thing.
Yeah, women empowerment.
Speaking of women, and I think sexuality is a big topic with women, and you've been seen as someone who's very free with your sexuality. How would you define your sexuality as a woman?
I would say my sexuality as a woman comes from, it's an internal process. It has nothing to do with the way I'm dressed in a suit today and sneakers. It's an internal movement, right? It's how I feel about myself, and it's how I feel about the way that I walk in the world. It is about my own empowerment.